minutes. 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
And here we are. We hope. We're still moving. We're still live. Oh! Actually, I've got to wait
for the
end. It just. I've just got to watch the beginning of the show. And yeah, it's live. It's a bit of a delay on here, so obviously, if I say something now, you'll hear it in.
Look, delay.
There you go. See, it's just live. Anyway,
live.
So we are live, and let's
hope we don't have
any issues because. We get fed up with issues and we don't like issues, etc. And as you see, it's the Three Musketeers this week because, well, Mark has maybe joined us. Kev can't make it, unfortunately. He's got his other half's not very well, so he'll have to put up with us. So anyway, I'll bring the chat up because I'm sure there is someone in the chat. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. What he says is 28 people watching us right now. So anyway, right. Let's have a look. I'll tell him to change my text. Otherwise, I'll be replying as Restream and not me. So we have Captain Joe. Captain Joe. We have Wackers, Mark, and we have got Chuck, and we have Suzanne and Kirk and Patrick, and Mike Whitencliffe joins us all the way from sunny Australia and hello from down under. Hey mate, good day, sport.
Corey FPV.
Justin's in the chat, and anyone else we got in the chat? Oh, Lauren. Hi, Lauren, from all the way from sunny Canada, or probably snowy Canada. I'm not sure what. And we got Carolyn. So I'm going to say this: Sweet Caroline. Sorry, Caroline. We will practice that. I promise. We promise.
Yeah.
Hi, Laurie. Laurie's in the chat, and anyone else? Because I got Terry Hall's in the chat. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Jerry's in there. Jerry, how you doing, Jerry? Jerry's there, and Bud's in the chat, and Stephen's in the chat.
Simon's joining us live, which is
and Simon.
Catch up.
I'm just looking up there because Marcus maybe joined us. Stevie Knowles in the chat. Hi, Stephen, and Simon's in the chat, and
Laurie,
and KFD. That's Keith.
Johnny Mac.
Keith. Who's that?
Johnny Mac's in.
Oh, Johnny Mac.
FPV.
Oh, Fist for FPV. Right, okay. So, if I have missed you, my apologies.
Norm's in too.
Well, I have to say, you're all looking fine tonight. Well, that's good to hear, Caroline. I much appreciate it. We're sporting the... hang on, I'm just going to move my camera around because I wore it for a reason.
Steve, don't touch anything. Told you.
Poppy. And my green screen's gone. This is where I actually live. This is not a green screen. This is not a background. This is me. It's blurred, but I thought, you know what? The less we have going on, the more chance of it not going wrong.
Not going wrong, yes. Not right through the middle of the joke. No joke this week, by the way, peoples.
No,
we don't do a joke.
No joke this week. So if you want to tell a joke, tell it in the chat to yourself. And sure, so I had to fly over the rack aisle in my last video. Sorry.
We have got something, haven't we? You're going to read a poem, aren't you?
We're dedicated tonight, obviously, because it's
a poem for the poppy abusers.
I like your poppy, Terry. I like yours better than mine because mine's an incy-wincy one.
It's a regimental one. For
and you can see even the text is in sort of poppy-ish colour. I had to sort of sample one of these pictures you see in the background there. So anyway, so we have got a guest. You'll be pleased to know. And this is where it all could... No.
Don't
say a word.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed, ring crossed. Anyway, if anyone does notice the fact that we freeze, please tell us in the chat. I am watching it sort of, well, semi-live, is when I actually see that freeze, that's when I panic. So if it does go wrong,
I'm watching too.
we've got a contingency plan. The contingency plan is we reschedule the show for about 2 minutes. Crazy people. We are crazy people. Anyway, I hope anyone's watching from the Las Vegas drone meet. I'm not jealous at all.
Oh,
No. Yeah. Sorry. Linda's mum bought me that, so I always keep it up.
Yeah, it's nice. I like
The
it.
man cave.
Yeah, indeed. Right, so let's bring our guest on because otherwise we'll get lonely. Here we go.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
And all the way from Chesterfield, it's Adrian Johnson.
Adrian, how are you?
And so we've never met before. So Adrian drives, sort of flies FPV drones and here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So anyway, welcome, Adrian. Welcome to the somewhat sort of scaled down version of Drone Seeker show tonight because they've all left us.
Marcus will be here soon.
Marcus
Las
will be knocking
Vegas
the
is
door.
better than this, apparently.
When Marcus knocks on the door, let's not let him in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marcus, if you're listening. Joke. So anyway, so tell us a bit about yourself, Adrian. You've been flying drones for years, I understand.
Yeah, well, I used to, like I said, years ago, about 15 years ago, I used to build some of the, the wonderful big drones that you don't really see flying around so much now, with the octocopters and stuff like that. And then I went over onto tricopters, which are big, huge things, but then that sort of like died to death really. And then it was not like I just give up on it for a while. I got fed up. I even had a little dabble with RC helicopters, but that just ended up being costly into it.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit,
Yeah.
years ago, I remember going to a model shop and I see this massive helicopter. I guess it was probably about 1 metre long. And I said to the guy, I said, God, I'd love one like that. He said, are they difficult to fly? He said, difficult to fly? He said, they're easier to crash.
They've got one mission in life, and that's to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a little toy one, and Terry probably remembers. I got one
I
shot
had one like that.
taken off, didn't I? And
Yes.
it crashed. So, because I wanted to make a movie, I just reversed that shot, and then it looked like I'd landed it.
Yeah, was it sort of like about 6-inch long type? Yeah, I mean, I had one. Someone, I think my daughter said, "Dad, I thought you'd like this. You want this little helicopter?" I took off on the work surface and it landed in a sink bowl full of water.
Oh no!
Went dive. It turned into a yellow submarine.
yeah, it's a sort of thing. They've changed a little bit now. I mean, there's a lot of things where there's different modes now on them now where you can
Better now, yeah.
beginner's mode and stuff like that, and have a bit more better experience with them.
Well, I did see a video of one guy flying that model where, I think he was practicing, and it was like tethered. It was like more or less tented, pegged down to the ground, so it can only go, so he probably get used to the balance of it all and whatever. But yeah, I think, why fly a helicopter when you just fly a drone? It's a lot simpler, isn't it?
Jimmy started with
Changed now.
well, it's very expensive, he says.
What about RC planes, Adrian? You ever flown RC planes?
Yeah, I've even got a glider. I've got it's got like 6 or 7 foot wingspan, which I'm planning on going out the loft and having a go of it next year. But
Probably dust off it and away you go.
yeah,
I used to love flying radio-controlled aeroplanes, which I did in Cyprus when I was in the army. Loved flying them.
I mean, I've watched some of these videos, some of these RC planes, and the size of these planes. I mean, some of them. I mean, there was one that the guy had his jet thing of also. If you crash that, that's probably going to be about 15 grand's worth of stuff. Just I mean, this is always the problem, though. Obviously, the more expensive the drones become, you put them up in the air. Well, any aircraft, for that matter.
It is to crash.
All you just hope, you think to yourself, I just hope that it flies and it lands. Now, I think someone's knocking at the door, and I think that someone could be Mr. Crawford.
Live from Vegas.
All the way from Las Vegas.
Yay.
The Las Vegas drone meetup.
Excellent. You having
How
fun?
is it, Mark? Is it fun?
Yeah, no, we had a great time. In fact, there's a lot of guys still out flying. They gave us a bunch of different. They gave us they prepared a booklet with places to go flying, and it's
Mirrored,
full
I
of.
can't read it. Your camera's mirrored, Mark. So
I thought it was my glasses.
hieroglyphics.
Yeah. So that's the first time I've used this on this computer. So maybe I can go into settings and figure that out.
Yeah,
But,
just go to
See that
settings.
cog below you?
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna we'll show one of Adrian's videos. I think that seems to be the fitting thing to do. What we're gonna do is find one and enjoy, peoples. Hang on, where are we? I've got to get the right one. I'll put them in the wrong order for some reason. I don't know.
Wow, I like that.
That was what some beautiful colours in that as well. Some really sort of beautiful sort of autumnal colours. Was that quite recent then, Adrian? Or
Yeah, it
was
was,
it was
a few weeks back really. We just me, Paul Stinson, and Jay. We'd gone out up onto Igator and just up on the beach there, and it's sun was setting, and we just give it a bit of a blast round, and I just try to incorporate a little bit more sort of freestyle into it's something we're trying to do, and I've been talking to Jay about it and Dino about trying to incorporate a bit more freestyle into the cinematic stuff, but it's just trying to get that blend right at the moment. It's not easy. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, sorry, I've just got.
I'm not used to having Jackie.
Yeah,
around.
Oh, that's better.
Please having Jack.
I'm getting vertigo up there.
I prefer your aftershave, Marcus, to Jackie's perfume.
College is Peak District, just outside Sheffield.
Are you near? Where's Caroline based? She's Yorkshire.
Caroline's in Bradford. So
Bradford,
Sheffield.
Cool.
Sorry how far apart that is. I don't think it's a million miles. So yeah, so help. Human League Land, great video. Norman Bright says, Human League, yeah.
What, the music?
Talked about Human League last night, actually, and Ultravox and all these other bands. Anyway, so right, okay, right. So I've got a few videos to get through, so I don't want to sort of end up not showing one. So we're going to show these ones. And an hour away, Caroline says.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Rick. Rick's in the chat. Rick. Oh, the Drone Explorer says we did some freestyle, then flew our drones.
Okay.
Okay, I want to go into that. Okay. All right, I've lost my video now. Oh, grief. Oh, yeah, I know. I'll put it down there. Right, here we go.
Wow. That's some nice
It's a real
cheese.
mindset. There's some comments in the chat. Stunning flying. One day I might get there. I think I'll give up flying that way.
I want to acknowledge. I see my cousin Ray is in the chat, and
Yay.
I got to hang out with him at the meetup.
Oh,
So
good.
it was good. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's like, what was the turnout, Marcus? It was number wise.
Oh, probably in the 70s or so. Virtually all the movers and shakers, at least in the U.S., were there. Guys like Billy Kyle, Original Dobo, etc. Vic Moss, a lot of the
And Aaron.
to make things happen. A lot of presentations. DJI sponsored it, so this was a DJI sponsored
An
event.
official DJI thing, yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Bob and
We got
Tom
a lot of
put a lot of
DJI
work into that, didn't they?
I mean, this is the thing with this community. We've always said before. You got people literally getting together, having fun. What could be better than that? Really,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, and Adrian, it was probably I'm a camera drone guy, GPS camera drone, but
Yeah,
there were
I-
at least
I-
many, at least as many FPV people there. It was just a mix of everybody. It was great.
And everybody respects each other as well, don't they? That's the thing.
I agree. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I know there was all in the past. I've sort of heard of controversy between conflicting sort of people flying RC plane clubs and drones. Oh, drone! But what people have got to respect is the fact that flying aeroplanes, I know they're all unmanned aircraft, and whilst I'm pretty sure all the same, but you've got to bear in mind, that flying drones, even to an extent, FPV drones go when they were freestyle, so there's a lot more skill set in that. But it's all about capturing what you're doing, isn't it? Whether it be FPV, whether it be just a bog standard camera drone, and it's actually some of Marcus's videos watching the other night of the Snake River Canyon. I've seen footage of the Snake River Canyon several times, but I always see something different every time I watch a video.
Speaking of capturing, Steve, the Las Vegas Police Department was there. And, and Terry, you'll be glad to know they gave us a amazing demonstration of how they're using drones now. They had one of those big DJI commercial drones. They had a whole setup in the back of an SUV with a big screen, and they showed us all the ways that they use that drone to use it, of course, in search and rescue, but also to keep track of the bad guys. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of their drones have like thermal imaging and whatever, don't they? So they can, see people sort of hide. He's round the corner. He thinks he's hiding in a bin somewhere. I've seen videos, and they think they're hiding somewhere. They think no one's going to find me here. All of a sudden, someone goes, "He's in the bin."
It's so much cheaper than a helicopter, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, helicopters cost an absolute fortune every time we go in the air. So what's more better than that than unmanned aircraft, which costs next to nothing to fly?
Yeah, like different drones for different jobs. They all have their uses.
And Caroline rightly says, sorry, I missed that, Caroline. Yeah, I mean, obviously, flying drones sometimes, or just flying for the hell of it, just the flying part of it, Don't worry about the.
Like Terry did on Friday.
Yeah, well, to be honest, when I fly the Evata, or I used to fly the DJI FPV drone. To be honest, it was more about the flying. I wasn't particularly interested. I don't think I've ever used much footage at all. I've got all this footage. I think the only people I use, I think Kim actually used some once when we went for a drone meet, just because it just looked good in part of the video he was putting together for us. But FPV to me is a skill set of, and I watch these like freestyle, like yourself, Adrian, and I think I'd love to have a go at it, but I wonder how many times I'd smash it up first.
Well, they can take a beating, that is for sure. I mean, it's just one of the biggest thing when you start is I think it's nausea, because you just get so dizzy. It takes a bit to get over that, but once you get over that.
I had about three flights and I felt a bit queasy, and then it went.
Well, the weirdest thing about it is when I flew the DJI FPV drone, I never had this issue at all. It's only when I started flying the Evata, which was weird.
A lot of it, I think a lot of it is, because I've got the DJI FPV as well. But if you put it into manual mode, when its axis can change a lot more. Yeah. That's when you'll start to feel the motion sickness a bit.
Well, I even tried because someone said, "Oh, you want to try using the what do you call it, the simulator first before you ever put it into manual mode." So I've got this simulator, put it in manual mode, and I kept just crashing it all the time. I thought, I can't understand why am I crashing? I suddenly realised it's because I forgot the fact that the stick has to be right down.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I still had to spring on there.
Yeah, there's no letting go of it. You're in full control. Every movement is got to be, you've got to put it back. If you go to the right, you've got to take it off. Every movement. You have to fly that drone. It's as simple as that.
Caroline joined us. Caroline's in the chat now. She joined us over in Spain, and Jackie had a go at one of her drones. And Jackie went, she was a nervous wreck. But he did all right. It worked, didn't it? It was,
it was. It just took. What I found.
Hi, Linda.
I was just overcorrecting all the time, and then correcting the other way. And, I was just. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I think poor old Caroline.
Yeah. So the question is, Adrian, a lot of people ask this question, when you're flying, do you actually pinch the sticks or do you thumb the sticks?
I'm a thumber. I can't pinch. I'd love to be at the pinch, but I can't do it. I have to just use thumbs.
See, I think if you actually got into the habit of doing it, I think you may have better control. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
A lot of people say that, but I think it's just how you feel, really. But
Yeah,
because as Jackie said about sort of overcompensating all the time, the thing is it's slow and steady, isn't it? I mean, the drone's moving fast, but if you suddenly bank like a sharp left or sharp right, it's going to crash, isn't it? So
yeah, you've got to know when to pull it back out of the turn and various bits like that, and smoothly as well in order to make it look good. You know, because otherwise you can do it too sharp and it just looks.
That's it. Because you can see some sort of FPV flights and it's just all over the place, aren't they? But okay, let's watch those.
Old video gamer.
Yeah. Well, that's the trouble. You see, I was never very good at your video games either.
It started.
What's that?
What?
There you go.
Oh, he froze up.
Oh,
No.
you froze up, Terry.
What?
It makes a change for you to freeze and not me. Or
Why was you, not me?
no, it wasn't me. I didn't
Yeah.
freeze.
Oh, play a video.
Let's play a video before it all freezes.
Yeah.
Quick, get it back in the fridge. Okay, here we go.
two very different flights there, Adrian. What was the first one with?
The first one, that was, well, again, that was a little bit of a messing around. That was up on holiday, a place called Skinning Grove. It's not far from Saltburn. It's just a bit further up. Well, it's just a bit past Whitby and Staves, and it's it's not like it's an old steel type town, but it's lovely. It's beautiful, and sometimes we stay up there once a year. Sometimes, go up there for a week. It's a beautiful little place, pretty much untouched. And we were just out one night, and we I just thought, to be honest, with the way the mist was coming off the waves, and that, I said to my missus, I said, if a ghost ship comes out of there now, I'm just going to go, yeah, that's definitely normal. I just grown up. I wasn't really thinking about how we're flying, to be honest, but I just thought I'll just check it out, get a bit of fly around, and just sit and into a little bit of a video. Not special, but yeah, just having a look around.
Nice. It's good.
It certainly give it a different sort of
Feel.
feel to it as well. I mean, it was obviously quite dark. I mean, on time of the day that was.
Yeah. It was just coming in dusk, and like I said, it was rough. The sea was rough, and it just looked really good. It looked eerie, to be honest, when I was there. Yeah, it was good.
Do you actually build your own drones at all, Adrian? Or?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm gonna have to give someone a bit of plug here, because when I started getting into the FPV side stuff, I obviously got I think it was the Speedy Bee Master 5, and I built it up myself, and then I got Jay into doing it, because he couldn't do any soldering or anything like that. And every single one of my drones now, because I don't have a great deal of time to do it, I just buy all the bits. I just offline it to him, and he just builds them up and does the lot. Yeah, he just gets on and does it.
And I always think that's the good thing about it, is that when you build the thing, and then it's easier for us to take a drone out of the box, updates, and away you go type thing, and put the props on, update it, and away you go. Obviously, to actually make something, and then hope and pray it's going to fly, isn't it? Because I mean, you've got a pretty good idea it's going to work, but there's always that first time.
Well, we've had them. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we put some of them through. I mean, we have our bashes, and we have our ones that people fly cinematic flying. So that's a bit more kind of. But sometimes errors happen, and you put them into the camp. In all fairness, these FPV drones can take hell of a beating. You'd never get away with it with a DJI drone.
Well, a lot of them are carbon fibre, aren't they? So they sort of take a bit more sort of rough handling. Yeah, Caroline builds. I mean, she builds planes. She builds she just builds everything, and she just loves it. And Aerosnapper says in the chat, "Hurrah! Caught a show at last. Well done." Hello, all from Ontario, rapidly approaching winter. Lovely. We are.
What's the weather like in Vegas at the minute?
It's actually fairly pleasant. It's cool actually for Las Vegas. It's about the high today, I think, is supposed to be about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So shirt sleeve weather, but like in the mornings, you do have to wear a jacket, but it's sunshine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Simon says more satisfaction building your own than actually flying it. So it is fun. I will have an attempt of doing something one day.
It's worth
I'm bored.
It's worth having a go. It's worth having
a go. You built a Cinework, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, two.
It took a long time, didn't it, to build it?
Took an absolute age, because you've got no one there to advise you.
No,
and you're doing it all off of the internet. Then it's
I would say, Terry, YouTube is your best friend, and how do I want to do? How do I do this? YouTube. What are we doing about YouTube? But no.
We're having problems here with internet. I may go.
Oh no.
Not before the Joe.
There's no
Do
joke.
not
No,
before
Terry's
the Joe.
going to tell a poem tonight, which is rather
Well,
fitting for what day we're
Oh,
on.
the poem. That's right. We got a poem.
It's not a poem as such. It's well, you'll hear it in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll watch another video, and I think because I've got a little sort of remembrance sort of video I want to play as well. So okay. Right. Okay. Moving on to our next video. I'm going to find it and cue it up and do it. Go. Oh, there we are. There you go. Enjoy.
Wow.
Yeah, the poem certainly was fast.
Did anything else happen? Did anything else happen that day, Adrian?
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. It was. Jay told you about it today. Yeah, we'd gone around obviously because I had seats over in Hull where I'm from, and I've been visiting family, and Jake said, "Oh, I'll come over for a fly." So I said, "Yeah, no worries." So I came over on the Sunday, and we met up late, and we did a bit of flying, and we went to a bando. It's quite a famous bando called Load Line, and we got out the van, we got our gear, we walked off towards the bando. It's a bit of a walk, and as soon as we got ready to set up, I says to Jay, I said, "Where's my drone?" So he went, "What?" And I looked, and my drone went on the backpack. So I said, "It's fell off my backpack." And adjacent to us, we'd passed some lads walking past us. So they'd been past us about 6 or 7 minutes, and it was a good walk back to the van. And yeah, it had gone.
Found it.
So they found it.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of money's off. So the one that one isn't this one. This is the replacement. You can see it.
All right. Yeah.
That's the
green screen.
Green
screen.
Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Sorry. It's
bits of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn your green screen off. We can see it.
Yeah. I don't know to do that, to be honest. But anyway.
Yeah.
So and that was the replacement one for that. And so that was an eventful day.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That was it. But it's like I said to Jay, you'd rather crash a drone than lose one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather just repair it. But when you lose one or something like that, painful, very painful. But there you go. Yeah, some scrupulous people out there.
But unfortunately, not everyone's honest, and I mean, they must have known.
That's it. Yeah, I fell victim to that part of life where some unhonest. But to be fair, you're in a bit of a rough area there, so unfortunately, it does attract that class.
It probably sold it to someone who bought himself a couple of beers. Well, I hope they enjoyed the beer anyway.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, so.
So anyway, so obviously tonight or today is Remembrance Sunday, and it's a day where everyone around the world really sort of remember, the people who have fought for this country, fought battles, and in some instances, of course, lost their lives. So I'm going to pass you over to Terry, because Terry wants to have a little speech, whatever Terry wants to do. And okay.
Yeah, we always, every time of the year, this time of the year, we never tell a joke. I'm ex-services. My family are ex-services. My son-in-law at the moment is still in the services. So, we appreciate everything was done, as does everybody else. But there are some people that tend to decry what's been done, said, or whatever by men and by women. We respect it all. And I saw this come up on the internet, and whilst it applies purely to Britain, I think were our friends in America to apply it to them, it would be equally the same. And it's a poem for the poppy abuser. Very small, very, very short, but it was very succinct. This land was built from blood and tears, the sacrifice of 2,000 years. Romans came, the Vikings too. So why would we be afraid of you? But mark my words and mark them well. It was 1066 since we last fell. When it comes to a fight, we hate to lose. So respect our men or leave. You choose.
Indeed.
And I like that. I thought that was just right. Now I think we've got something.
Okay, yeah, enjoy.
Maybe it is pointless to wish for lasting peace. For all mankind to lay down arms, for all fighting to cease.
I could despair of seeing peace throughout the land. No longer hearing talk of war, blood mixed with desert sand.
We do not have the tolerance for cultures not our own. Seeds fly on an ill wind from beds where they are sown.
Hope lies in a child's heart, not yet turned to stone. A mind free of prejudice, a child not alone.
If all children of the world held each other's hand, they could do what we could not, make a brotherhood of man.
No.
Yeah, it's all very true, isn't it? You know, what did the Romans do for us? And what did the Vikings do for us? Loads and loads.
Well, yeah, so we like
I must
to
admit,
remember,
You're the epitome of a Viking with that lovely beard.
Yeah, you got to get all that.
I was questioning because when I did the thumbnail, I said to Jay, I said, "So what length beard has he got in a minute?"
Don't you about here? Yeah.
You see, I know what Adrian's up to. It's coming up to December, isn't he? Yeah, I'm not silly. Adrian Johnson, aka FC in the supermarket.
Yeah.
May I ask Marcus a question?
Sir, yes, sir.
Around about this time, what do you do in America as far as remembrance goes?
Yeah. So for us, it's the 11th month, the 11th day, and the 11th hour, just like World War I. So tomorrow is Veterans Day in the U.S. And, here I'll just, my father and my older brother both always loved Veterans Day because there's a ton of restaurants that allow veterans to eat free.
Oh, wow.
So they would plan their day. They would have breakfast at this restaurant, lunch at this one. But it's funny you mentioned that, Terry, because I was just talking to my brother about it yesterday, and he said what really brings him back is everybody, all the veterans will wear a ball cap that'll say, you've got that Army ball cap, yeah. Well, they'd all be at these. They'd wear a ball cap, and he said that whenever an officer walked by, they would snap a crisp salute in the restaurant. Even to this day, everybody when they saw somebody wearing their veteran's cap,
Thank you for your service.
So
I'm just getting ready for breakfast, Marcus.
Sorry, yes, sir.
I mean, I think it was.
Or I should hear the Army, so I need to do that.
And people would actually say, thank you for your service. Whether it be to whatever services you're in, because at the end of the day, that's whatever. It doesn't matter what the service is. Whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, police, whatever. Because if it wasn't for people who did that, where the hell would we be? Really,
exactly, and it's not just blokes. It's not just the blokes that go.
No.
It's all over, isn't it? It's the women, the kids as well. I
think people would do well to remember. I'm very fortunate of the age where I didn't see war. Only, obviously Afghanistan and whatever. But and again, people lost their lives. But I do think that war is pointless. I do very much feel, but unfortunately, sometimes we just don't get a choice, do we? If someone does something wrong, it has to be dealt with in whatever way it needs to be dealt with. Anyway, okay. So thanks for your patience on that subject, because obviously, And right, so move on. We've got another video from Adrian, which I'm sure you'll enjoy. I do anyway, so enjoy.
That's some serious
A lot.
speed your drone gets up to
Oh,
there.
I
yeah.
do, well, to be honest with you, just to mention it, you see a lot of those type videos. I've had a lot of inspiration. I mean, obviously, originally it was Jay that I was following, but then he introduced me to Tory FPV, and he does them style type videos where it's low, smooth, incredibly fast.
Yeah, it's
precise.
lovely to
You
watch.
should
Isn't it?
check his channel out; it's amazing. And Eric, Captain FPV, they're similar, fly the same and do the type thing. These are guys who I've been like looking up to over the last few years, watching as I'm progressing myself, because
Yeah.
and then obviously me and Jay's new friend Dino FPV, for all the freestyle stuff, which we're getting into more as well. So hopefully there's a bunch of freestyle videos to come.
Yeah, well, look forward to that.
Got a load of good footage.
We'll stay
It's gonna
tuned for
be
those.
And your YouTube channel is Johnson FPV, is that correct?
John-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the show, pop over to Johnson FPV, like, subscribe, blah blah. Enjoy some wonderful FPV drone footage, because it's all there, and I'm sure Adrian will more than sort of, thank you for your support. So there we are. Okay, we're doing right for time. We've got one more video to watch, which should we show that now? I think, should we? Yeah, that's why not. Okay, here we go. That one. I've done it again.
Yeah.
Powered by drone bandits.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
a long time.
I think Bud was saying in the chat there, he said, I seem to remember seeing a bit of footage, whether that was the same bit, where the drones come pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's it, Joe. It were a few years, but well, not a few, probably about a year or so, maybe ago, maybe longer. I think since we went in there. That actual bando's not far from where I live. It's only in a vehicle. It's probably about 6 minutes away. It's not far at all.
Yeah, I think about actually said, well, someone would Jack was saying it looks like some an old factory of some sort. Yeah, probably
an old
was a factory.
quarry.
What was it for then, Adrian?
You want to say?
Oh, okay. So that fact of right, okay.
Yeah, just an old quarry.
Load of graffiti. Because it's the same factory. It's got all the tyres and whatever in there that you fly through. Is that right?
That one's Loxley.
That's Loxley Bando, yeah.
Ah, okay, all right.
Yeah,
it looked very similar.
yeah. There's a few. To be honest with you, it's quite well known. Is that bando, that Chesterfield bando? It's with all the lads. I mean, there's some lads that have flown that, and unbelievable, you know. But I've flown it better since. But it's like any bando. The wreak havoc. You need a beat.
One of them.
A half invisible drone is what you need. That way goes through walls that way.
Well, I'd like to give a big shout out because I mean,
Casper the Joke.
Rotor Riot, they give us one of the frames when we bought some Rotor Riot and the Rotor Riot.
Rotor Riot, yeah, I know that,
yeah, tank, which American Rotor Riot, and they sent us some frames, and we didn't even have to pay for the small Tank S, and it's the main tank, which is the Barbie. It's got 10 millimeter thick arms. So
wow,
it's just it smash through walls with that. That's what I call it, the tank. You know, so it's a cracking bit of kit. Yeah, we've been lucky. Yeah.
Excellent.
So Alvin Drone Suzanne was saying GADC had met there not long ago. Sadly, we're too busy to go. You'd have to catch up with her. But Bud says, looks a cool place. Indeed it does.
It is.
Well, we haven't got much more sort of time tonight, so I hope you've enjoyed the show, and touch wood, we have had a...
We made it to the end.
We made it to the end. That's the record from last week. But yeah, keep it simple for these answers. But anyway, Marcus, enjoy the rest of your...
Yeah, baby.
So when are you heading back home?
Day after tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm getting together with Mike Wright, and we're going to go out to a place to fly, a place called the Red Rocks. We're going to go out and fly out there. So yeah.
I've actually been there, but it was before I owned a drone.
That's right. You have, haven't you, Jackie? Jackie's been to the Red Rocks.
Now, have you won any raffle prizes yet, Marcus?
I did. I won an official DJI backpack.
Wow.
Wow.
Pat Jack.
And gosh, what else did I won? I won some Start RC bumpers for my Avata 2.
Oh, yeah. Great prizes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, Adrian, thanks ever so much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
And obviously, as I said earlier on, pop over to Johnson FPV on YouTube.
Yep.
Like, subscribe,
Thank you very
enjoy
much.
the videos, and no doubt Adrian's very busy flying drones, so
And keep making more videos.
and keep making the videos. And no doubt.
The biggest thing is, like I say, is getting time to put them on, and Jay gives me a bit of hand with that as well, because he's just super good at doing all that type of thing.
Excellent.
But it's just a thing for me is a time scale. But I've got a load of footage to put up here. There's some from today as well, so I'll get around. We'll get some more.
I really look forward to that.
Right, that's all we've got time for. So once again, thanks, Adrian, and Terry, Marcus, thanks for sort of popping in from all the way from Las Vegas, and we'll see you all next Sunday, same time, same channel.
With a joke.
And we'll have a joke. Terry will have a joke.
Yeah, we'll have a joke.
Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whatever it happens to be, and we'll see you all again. Have fun, guys.
Next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.